And so it's finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. We finally cracked it. We are now a whole 200 days sober. And you know what? Just like swatting a fly, it's actually, I've managed to make it look so easy. It's almost stupid. Now, again, for reference, because I want to keep this one relatively short, because listen, with what I have lined up over the next couple of days with work and then everything else besides, there's not really much cause for celebration because, well, for reasons that will make a bit of sense over the next couple of moments. See, the first thing I want to mention is that I've got about 5 days and in total about 44 hours of work with really not that much sleep between the first 24 of those hours. So, yeah, my mind is like prioritizing on, other matter at the moment. But speaking of other matter, it means there are only 166 days away from us going a full year sober. So there is a little bit of a countdown a thing we've got going on to going a full year. Because realistically, that's like the next big target. Though 250 and 300 days are, nothing to sniff at either. Whilst all that's going on, I'll just reiterate one more time before we sign off for tonight. For those who sort of know why I've decided to do this, and those who know what I've had to say during this saga, let me just go through the story one more time. I was never an alcoholic. The reason why I started doing this is because a course I was on at the time, I was told very sincerely that you kind of have to live a very frugal but a very, very strict lifestyle. And if that meant, I couldn't afford to, wake up the next morning with a hangover, therefore drinking any sort of alcohol whatsoever must stop. It was also because the last time I had a drink, I had 2 Peronis, and I woke up the very next morning and I literally felt like every bone in my body was broken. And I don't really want to go through that anymore anymore at all, so to speak. So if it means cutting it out altogether to stop this from happening again, so be it. And, 200 days later, here we are. And even though things have been tough, I still like to imagine I have made the right decision, so to speak.